Hey, I'm Tyler.
And I'm Katie.
You're listening to Not-Stalgia, the only podcast you have to feed quarters to keep it from turning off.
I would like some quarters. I mean, if you want to send some quarters, we should get a P.O. box.
Mail us an envelope full of quarters. That'd be nice. That'd be a good little invention. We could, it's like the podcast pauses and is like to continue. Kate, do you have any experience at an arcade in your life?
No.
What about even like in the lobby of a bowling alley or something like that?
No, I don't. I think the first time I played an arcade game is when you took me to that arcade for grown-ups.
Oh, yeah, the Barcade in Philly.
Barcade.
That place is pretty cool.
It was okay. I would generally just prefer to have a beverage and then not put quarters into a machine.
I understand, but...
It seemed crowded.
It was quite crowded. I wouldn't want to be there during COVID,
crowds.
But yeah, understandable. So, Kate, you've never been to an arcade. Have you ever played the game Donkey Kong?
No, but I know what Donkey Kong is.
Enlighten us.
Because you made me watch that horrible show.
What do you remember about Donkey Kong?
It was terrible, and they sang.
The show was not good. Yeah, it was that early 3D show that we learned was made in France and then dubbed into English poorly.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
And it was on the Fox Family Channel. We did do an episode a while ago about the Donkey Kong Country TV show, the short-lived, not very good one. So you don't know anything? I mean, you can look at the screen right now and maybe infer a little bit.
I know that Donkey Kong is an ape.
Yep.
That's all I know.
Where could you describe his surroundings in this visual?
He lives at a construction site.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the game. So I'm going to give you a little background.
Game?
That's pretty much the whole setup. Because this is an old arcade game, you know. How
did he get to this construction site?
That's a great question. That I don't know. Although this might shed some light. But before I get to the sort of quick history of the game, I do want to say I spent time at an arcade, even though I'm like a little too late. I think I was born a little too late for the arcade scene. Mm-hmm. But we used to go to this place called the Village Mall a lot when I was a kid, and it had a little tiny arcade in it. My brother and I would spend a lot of time in there. Like my parents would go shopping and like leave us in the arcade. So I have a fondness for arcades, even though I recognize that they are just a way to waste quarters and things like that. But I think they're kind of fun. And this was an arcade game, obviously, which is why I brought that up. So, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, Kate. Nintendo. What do you know about Nintendo?
I know that they made Mario.
Very good. Mario is relevant to Donkey Kong. You're going to play as Mario in this game. This is the first appearance of Mario before he was named.
I know that they make games, and they are still in business today. And I know that they were a Japanese company.
You're all very correct so far. Did you know that Nintendo was founded in 1889?
No.
Are you despondent to hear me starting so far back in time?
Yes, I'm hungry.
So, Kate...
We have to start in 1889. It's going to take forever.
Nintendo was founded in 1889 as a company...
What were they making?
They were making... so glad you asked. They were making Hanafuda cards, which was a popular style of Japanese playing cards. That's like Nintendo Trivia 101. Like, I feel like every kid who likes Nintendo can tell you that fact. I remember learning that at a very young age, and you'd wow people with that factoid. Not really.
Boy.
You'd think you were, but... because it's funny to hear they start so far back before electronics.
Man, Christmas with you must have been a real treat.
Oh boy, wow, thank you for this Nintendo game. Did you know Nintendo started in 1889 creating Hanafuda cards?
I feel like you as an uncle are going to get paid back for all the weird, random, awful facts that you shared with your own uncles.
I just want to apologize to all my relatives who had to put up with me right now. So they survived through, almost 100 years there, and by the 1960s, they started making toys and weird novelties that started to incorporate electronics. So their first electronic product was called the Love Tester, which was something that one of their designers, Gunpei Yokoi, made in 1969. And the way that it worked was, like, if I, say, came up to you before we were together and said, hey, Kate, let's try the Love Tester, see if we're compatible. You would have to hold my hand, and then I would hold this thing, and it would light up a number between 1 and 100 about how compatible we are. And supposedly Gunpei Yokoi just made it so he could trick girls into holding his hand. Which doesn't seem great.
That's not good.
I don't know if Gunpei's still around.
Gunpei.
He designed this in the 60s, so...
It's not great, buddy. Does the woman get to hold anything?
It wasn't clear. I didn't see one. I just read about it. In my mind, when I first read it, I thought maybe you both hold something, but it's supposedly just one of you has to hold it. So
like
the woman
that thing
could
with
hold
Uncle
it.
Fester's mouth that lights up.
Yes, just like... So you have been to an arcade. Where'd you see the Uncle Fester thing? Was that at the barcade?
No, that was definitely like on the boardwalk at the beach, and you're like too scared to go into the arcade because Uncle Fester's in there.
I'm so sorry that happened to you. I forgot the beach is another classic arcade location to this day. We've been to play skee ball at the beach arcade as adults.
We have, yeah.
So, anyway, I digress.
There was also this, I don't think it was quite an arcade, but if you've ever been to Knoebels, it's great.
I like Knoebels.
I like Knoebels a lot, but it just always feels like it's barely defunct. But I think it was more of a bingo parlor because adults would like hang out in there, and then they'd be like B11, the Vickers in the weeds again, and you're supposed to know what that means, and it's like.
Are they activating like cult members to do something? Oh wow!
Go ahead and tell me if you've ever been to a bingo parlor. Call in.
So that was 1969, the Love Tester, and then they start making arcade games in 1973. Things like these light gun machines where you like aim a toy gun at the screen and shoot at stuff. These kind of interesting electronic games. They made stuff you could plug into your TV at home and play simple games. Like they did that up in the late 70s. They made these things called the Game & Watch in 1980, which is like a little crappy handheld thing that has basically just like a weird LCD screen that can play very rudimentary games. All just like sort of interesting, but
crummy.
Relatively crummy in modern perspective, obviously. I'm sure it was amazing at the time. And that brings us up to 1981 when they make this game called Donkey Kong that kind of puts them on the map as a major player in electronics and video games. So Shigeru Miyamoto, he'd been working at Nintendo on arcade games since the late 70s. He was 29 years old in 1981 when they put him in charge of a game.
That's a good age to be.
Not for long.
Hey.
By the time this episode comes out, you'll be 30, Kate. So, not to remind you. He was put in charge of a Popeye the Sailor Man game, which was supposed to be Popeye climbing ladders on a construction site and then going across platforms to save olive oil from Bluto, right? Do you know your Popeye well enough to know
No, I don't
any
know
of
who
those
any
characters?
of these people are.
All right, Bluto's the big evil guy. Olive Oil's the skinny little woman that he always has to save. Popeye.
Keep going. Just keep going. I'm
okay.
hungry.
Meanwhile, Bluto's throwing barrels at you and you have to jump over them. Okay, and this was planned to be one of the first ever of what became known as a platform game. You've played several platform games on this podcast now, including, but not limited to, the Super Mario Brothers game you mentioned earlier. And it's the first game of this style where you could jump. They added that feature. And it's only the second game ever to have more than one level. So you don't just... What you're seeing now is one of 4 screens of the game. This was all revolutionary. It was the most complex game ever made at the time. So they're making this game, but then Nintendo messed up and didn't fully secure the Popeye rights. So they had this Popeye game, but then it's like, sorry, you can't use Popeye. They were too far in, so they just changed all the characters. Popeye becomes Jumpman, very creative name, and they just put him in suspenders and give him a mustache.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Well, then the next time they used Jumpman, they just renamed him to Mario. So Jumpman is Mario. Okay, they make Olive Oil into a character called Pauline, not Princess Peach, who you're going to know later, but they call this woman Pauline. And Bluto becomes a giant King Kong-esque gorilla, who you can see on screen. That was just supposed to be a big, beefy man. And they named the gorilla Donkey Kong because the word Kong was used in Japan in the late 70s and early 80s to refer to big gorillas. We think because of the movie King Kong, but no one knows for sure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And Miyamoto once read an English dictionary that said that donkey was a synonym for idiot. So he called him like Idiot Monkey or Donkey Kong. Does that make sense?
That's really dumb. I don't like
as much sense as anything else.
Yeah.
Okay. It was released in July 1981 in Japan, USA, and Europe at arcades. It was a humongous, ridiculous, unexpected hit. Everybody loved this game. Like I said, it put Nintendo on the map, gave them enough money to, a few years later, release their own home video game system, the Nintendo Entertainment System, with cartridges and all that jazz that really makes them, the household name that they have survived to be today. It was also ported to a lot of the home systems at the time, the Atari 2600, ColecoVision, and Intellivision, stuff like that. They put it on their Nintendo when that launched. The first year, they sold over 60,000 of these cabinets, which was a lot for an arcade game. Jumpman was turned into Mario. He had his own series still being made today. Donkey Kong had its own sequels. There was Donkey Kong Jr., Donkey Kong 3. Then in the 90s, they sort of relaunched it with a bit more 90s attitude with Donkey Kong Country. We're going to play that later in another episode. That was the show that they based that TV show on that we watched. I counted 13 games with Donkey Kong in the title, the most recent of which came out in 2015. So this series is still going. There's a bizarre documentary from 2007 called The King of Kong, A Fistful of Quarters, about 2 grown men who battle to set the world record high score in this game. and it includes like hatred and cheating and like their bitter rivalry. It's really ridiculous, but very entertaining. Highly recommend it. Why is this good? It's iconic. It's really challenging. Don't get too frustrated. There's 4 levels, and then they sort of repeat and get harder. I've never made it past the 2nd level, so...
Oh, that really bodes well for me then. I'm about to beat the world record high score. Get ready, guys.
The king
and
of Queen of Kong. It's the oldest game we've ever played, so that should be interesting. We've never played a game this old on the show, and it's just probably the most foundational, important, historical game we've played, because this, sets the stage for all that is to come.
Super.
Ready to try it?
Sure.
Great. So, you're trying to get up the ladders, get to Donkey Kong, and get to that platform where Pauline will be. Okay, that's your mission. Does that make sense?
I wish Pauline had some agency.
Yeah. They brought her back in the new Super Mario Odyssey recently, and they kind of she's like the mayor of New York, so.
Oh, am I going?
I don't believe so. No. Are you moving?
Yeah.
No, let go of the arrows.
I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, this is the demo mode. They're just showing you what it looks like. You've
been
been fooled like every kid in an arcade.
One-player game. Am I supposed to go now?
Arrow keys to the right.
Oh.
So wait. There you go. Go for it.
What are those, lollipops?
You got to get out of here. Those are hammers. So there's a flame following you, and there's barrels hurtling at you. Z is going to jump. You might want to test it.
Like this?
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Get yourself up there, Kate.
Up where?
Up to the top, to the platform. Don't get hit by a barrel. You're going to jump over the barrels if they come for you. Oh,
well, barrels don't go down the ladders.
Occasionally they do in this game.
This is stupid, and I hate it.
You got this. You're getting your legs here. It's okay if you get a few game overs first.
Why am I making that noise when I walk? That's the dumbest thing ever. Oh, what does he want?
Watch out.
I'm just going to wait right here. Ah!
He's coming for you. You may have to jump in. The barrels are coming too.
What? This is stupid. What?
So, the fire guy...
How did I become interdimensional for a second? I turned inside out, basically.
I think it's just a graphical glitch.
I'm out of here. I'm going real fast.
You want to go before that fire guy can start messing with your life.
I'm out.
Yep. I think that's his purpose, is to encourage you to be speedy, Now watch out. You never know when a barrel's going to go down a ladder, so you always kind of want to wait. Yeah, well, now there's that one. I don't know. Oh, good. Damn.
Yeah, see? I'm crafty.
All right. Have you jumped one yet? Are you ready to see how to do it? Jump. Nice. Okay, this one. Oh, yeah. Go.
I'm going.
I think you're going to make it. Jump this. Oh, good. No, go up the ladder.
This
Turn back. Yep, go up. Oh.
Wow. I made it.
You didn't even get a game over.
I'm dexterous. That's why. What is
All right,
this?
if you fall too far, even if you're jumping onto a thing, you will die. I did not know that when I first played this, and it frustrated me.
Why am I jumping on all these Tinker Toys?
All right, you got this.
I'm going up.
I can't.
Now I'm jumping.
All right, get up to the top. Okay. Now see, that's what I'm talking about. You did not jump very far, but they killed you. It feels cruel.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I agree. So you really got to kind of make those platforms be lined up. So now you'd be putting your quarters in and starting over.
I don't want to have to do this again.
Welcome to arcade games, Kate.
This is stupid. Why are my shoes so squeaky? It's like I'm a clown.
Oh.
I'm about to jump it.
All right, I would wait. Yep, see? Oh, man.
Wait.
It's brutal. Oh. But then there's already one coming. No, you could have made that. There, now's your chance.
The hits just keep coming. The hits just keep
I think
coming.
you're going to have to jump that one. Yeah, girl.
Yeah.
Wow.
See?
You're unstoppable. Kate, I am so impressed right now.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
This is my fear, though, with this show. You can only do so many video games and say, this is my non-gamer wife playing a game. Because you've done... Oh, it's okay. You have lives left,
I
though.
fell into a regular scaffold.
You fell too far. It's just you cannot... Mario...
My bone's made of glass.
You can't survive a fall.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever experienced. I'm going this way.
He becomes much more durable in future games. If you get that umbrella, you get bonus points. It doesn't really matter.
This game is stupid.
You see why I never made it past level 2?
Yes.
All right, this is your last life.
After that, I'm going to make pasta or something. I'm out of here.
Yeah, you just killed yourself.
I was a baby prodigy on the first level. I was basically a wunderkind. I think I'm too old for that. I think I'm too old to be a prodigy.
I'm sorry, Kate, you're turning 30. You're not a prodigy. I'm so sorry to tell you.
I'm just a regular...
I'm sorry to be the one to have to tell you. That's not a prodigy.
No, I'm just a regular...
Oh, you're not a wunderkind. You're a wunda adult. I don't know. Oh.
A wunderfrau.
Oh, we didn't even get the hammer. Oh, watch this.
Not even a Fräulein
Look what happens
anymore.
if you get the hammer.
Oh, he's smacking it.
But...
Why didn't you tell? Oh my God, it's like he's chopping wood.
But he can't jump, so you're stuck just waiting.
stupid.
I mean, you get a bunch of points. If your goal is to get a high score, what are your thoughts?
I understand why people like it. I don't like the noises that Jumpman's squeaky shoes make. And I wish that Pauline did something. Like, maybe she could poke Donkey Kong in the eye. She's right next to him.
It's true. She could just be like, wah!
Yeah.
No, sadly not. I mean, because she's supposed to be olive oil. You've never seen any Popeye cartoons. Olive oil is pretty useless.
Considering that we are still in the pandemic, I think arcades are something that I will never incorporate into my life at this point.
No, as soon as I get that vaccine, I am going to the arcade with or without you.
Everything seems grubby.
Oh yeah, arcades are definitely grubby.
Are they carpeted?
Traditional, when you close your eyes and imagine an 80s and 90s arcade, yes, it has that carpet that has like maybe a galaxy on it. Maybe it glows in the dark because lighting tends to be low in an arcade.
You know why they have those crazy carpet patterns?
Why?
So you don't see poop and throw up on them.
You're not wrong. But I think a more modern arcade, I think the barcade did not have carpet because, someone might spill their beer on it when they're getting too into Moonwalker. Remember we played Moonwalker, the Michael Jackson game?
I don't think that one aged well.
You're not in a rush to go to an arcade. Are you in a rush to try Donkey Kong again? You have no desire to get past level 2?
No, I'm good.
After crushing it on level 1.
Yeah.
That was the best you've ever done in a game. All right, Kate. Well, thanks for trying it. Donkey Kong's an important character. Next time we try a game, maybe we'll try Donkey Kong Country, where Donkey Kong gets rebooted with 90s attitude.
I don't want attitude.
Well,
I just want to be regular.
Sorry, Kate. You can watch all our other video game episodes right here on YouTube if you're watching this one. If you're listening to this, you can go watch it on YouTube if you want. Look up Not-Stalgia on YouTube or click the link in our description here. You can find all our other episodes, audio and video, at our website, www.notstalgia.org. You can email us with suggestions of what we should play or watch next, notstalgia@aol.com, or just find us on social media and let us know there.
Hear me coming up the stairs one day and I'm going to throw a barrel at you.
That sounds like murder.
Maybe an owl did it.
It's Donkey Kong, the arcade sensation, and now you can play it at home.
Hang on, sweetheart. I'm gonna save you.
Now you can play Donkey Kong on your ColecoVision, Atari VCS, or Intellivision video game system. Donkey Kong has multiple screens, just like the arcade game.
You're not gonna stop me, you stupid ape.
Play Donkey Kong on your ColecoVision, Atari VCS, or Intellivision video game system.
Don't worry, darling. I'll save you.